You were picking on a guy weaker than you, weren't you, Jim?
I might say it's because you're a loser who's playing to an audience of children.
I'd like to join your posse, boys, but first I'm going to sing a little song. He's the very best. He's the ruthless cowboy in the
Okay. Okay. Oh, fuck.
You have a bully cabal that you have created to attack people.
Outer heaven.
What else would you call it?
I'd call it the Swedish Squad. We spread hugs and love across the internet.
Bullshit. You know that's not true. You know what you do.
What am I? Name the bully.
No.
Name the bully for a thing. Bully Hunter will help you.
You don't want to build a wall. Instead, you want to use a military approach and run sorties over drug cartels.
Sure, and work with Mexico to rebuild its country. Yeah, sure. If we're going to invest money into something, why not in making Mexico better so that a bunch of fucking people don't run away from that country into ours?
Okay. That's brilliant.
This is like the ultimate condescending argument from somebody that's never ever been in a shitty position in their entire life. Like, I can't even believe
that somebody.
What
the fuck you're talking
I
about.
don't. You can't. Either that or you lack zero empathy or have zero intelligence.
I'm not part of your lying, doxing, harassing teenage fan club. I'm someone doing something in real life.
And I have an army of mercenary children wreaking havoc on web forums from here to hell and back.
You understand I'm a person, don't you? You think white people act like this? White people are meant to be polite and respectful to one another, and you guys can't even act like white people. It's really, like, amazing to me.
Jim, it's people like you that need to get a bullet to the head. Because you're promoting hatred, bigotry...
Is it bigotry against pedophiles? Pedophobia. It's pedophobia.
You're low rent, low IQ trash. I was 100% right to call you a religious bigot. It's what you and your fans are.
But as a white person who is male, you're never told that there's anything you can do. You have no idea what it's like to be told you're not supposed to do that. That's not the kind of job for you, because the sky is the fucking limit.
What I was saying was that there's this YouTuber that I admire very much, that I used to admire, but I realized that his game is to punch down. But he always mocks people who are weak, who are small. I can't stand the big guy who bullies me, or tries to bully me.
There is a toxicity that has developed among gamers.
Okay.
All right? It feels somewhat fascist in the way it's working.
That's amazing.
Pasta and yogurt, it tastes like heaven. Wheat and pasta and it.
Alright, let's start it there.
Yeah. We've been to Korea's before. They call us a lethal weapon. You brandish an unsheathed sword. Plain hero, Roni Kenshin. We kicked it aside of your door. Use the one who will get to step in. Where was that bravado you had a hot minute ago? Hey, we got ups, but I wouldn't say we beat. How the saying goes, it's a two-way street. Get me on the pipe, and you know they had a tweak. I'm just trying to lay my name, you get what I'm speaking. We entertain the masses, and anywhere the weekend. There's some asshole think that you can press the lead and put the whole squad down, get out within the weekend. But we stars, boys, so continue going see. We've been to Korea's before. They call us a lethal weapon. You brandish an unsheathed sword. Play hero, Roni Kenshin. We kicked it aside of your door. Use the one who will get to step in. Where was that bravado you had a focus while casually pressing your buttons. You keep pretending and nothing, but we can tell you be frontin'. Drop the in-house for the poker, but your face looking all nothing. We calling out all the bluffs and we telling you what is nothing. We saying enough's enough, but you trying to keep acting tough. If you really think that you run, let me tell you, you ain't the one. Cause the song will be nothing speakers and the whole team finna pump it, y'all. We've ended careers before. They call us a lethal weapon. You brandish an unsheathed sword. Played hero, Roroni, Kenshin. We kicked it aside of your door. You's the one who will get to seven. Where was that bravado you had a hot minute ago? We eating pasta in your head. It tastes like heaven. We eating pasta and it good. Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's just, oh, it's just where I won't let bury your heart. I feel you're funny, talk about grand waking up, talk about into my crystal. It's just, oh, it's just where I won't let bury your heart. I feel you're funny, talk about grand waking up.
Perhaps the moon knows the secret of the new sound.
So bright and pull on this emphasis. So bright and they walking on my face. So bright and
Open your mind. Let us begin our quest to find the new sound.
I've got new. Nicey, nicey, zoo. I've got thrice. Look at the shine and everything I need. I've got new. Nicey, nicey, zoo.
Okay, let's have fun.
Nicey, nicey, zoo. I've got new. Nicey, nicey, zoo. I've got new. Look at the shine. Nicey, nicey, zoo. I've got new. Nicey, nicey, zoo. I've got new. Look at the shine. So bright and
Oh boy.
pull on this emphasis.
Oh man. Okay. Okay. So, we're going to cross our fingers. We're going to pray really, really, really hard. Okay? Oh, goodness. Oh, man. Today, I am not I expect nothing and get surprised with everything. So we'll have to wait at tickling itself. So here, I'm going to tell you that I'm going to hold out and do my best, and I'll tell you kind of what could be wrong with the internet. I will tell you, I have done the best I can to make the internet work. Let me tell you what I believe happened. Is it my ISP or hardware? So, for the longest little while, there have been intermittent cutouts on the internet. Now, to a normal person, you will never, ever, ever see these cutouts because it only happens on your upload speed. It only happens on the upload speed. And it only happens for seconds at a time before it comes back. So The reason why is not really known. I have bought a new router. Tomorrow I have a dude coming from my internet service provider to look at it himself, but I am not entirely sure what is going on with it. All right. As far as I know, it is not my computers. It is not my hardware. The only thing I have to go off of is that this started getting worse after the fire that happened in my apartment complex earlier this month. That is the only thing I have to go off of here. So, I guess there is a small chance that the fire, because my building, we don't share Wi-Fi modems. We all, since it's a building, you know, the coax cable runs through the building. My assumption is that there is cable damage, which doesn't make much sense because the apartment that was on fire was on the other side of the building. So that doesn't make any damn sense to me. But there is a chance that it could be. If that's the case, I've heard differing responses from, oh, that's an easy fix, to, oh, they might have to rip out the wall. I hope that it is the first. But for the most part, it seems to be that for right now, things are mostly okay. All right. I was thinking that I could up my KBBS back up to 4,500 because that is like what I wanted. That is like the KBBS that I'm supposed to be outputting for the best looking stream. But it just might not happen. Oh, it looks like Kick might have died. A Kick might have died. If it died, that that sucks. I don't know. I don't know. It's sad. Rip Kick, I guess. I know a few people actually watched there, so that's really sad. Oh well. But yeah, there's really nothing I can do tonight. If you see it, like, I can see it too, because like when the KBPS goes down to 0, I see it. But yeah, right now there's nothing I can do. I bought new hardware. The next step is to like test. I haven't tested my main computer. I thought about that. I haven't tested the main computer. If it's not the main, if the main computer is having issues too, then it is definitely the ISP. But regardless, a guy's coming out tomorrow. He's going to take a look at it. I'm going to make sure that he specifically looks into the upload speed, the upload consistency. So, like so the Yippee can get better internet. Yes, yes, please. Like so the Yippee gets better internet. Very much appreciated. Anyway. I have some other upkeep before we talk about why UnderTheTea isn't live tonight. Tomorrow, chat. Tomorrow. I should have brought this up. I didn't. I will right now. All right. Give me one moment. Tomorrow, chat, is the debut. Make sure that you've got yourself a ticket going so that you can get in. You don't have to pay, don't worry. Thankfully, you don't have to pay. Tomorrow, we are going to do an actual debut. I've never actually done one before, so that'll be exciting. I expect it to be a couple hours, and then we're going to play some modded Balatro. Very exciting. And I will release the mod for it tomorrow. Oh, it looks like Twitch is coming back up now, too. That's nice. How ticket? Oh, it's you can just show up. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. But yeah, so that's happening tomorrow. Make sure you be there. It starts at 10. So in like 23 hours. The model that I use will not replace this one completely. I still plan to use this one. But it will be the new main live streaming model for the most part. I also have some new art for it as well. Excuse me. I'm too EP for thinking. Well, let me do the thinking for you. I will have some new art as well that will go along with it. Magma, thank you for the gift membership. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I very much appreciate it. All right. So, really quickly. Mizu and Lumi. Mizu is working on his PC. He decided to take a break for today. Very understandable because, you know, he's been trying to get a new graphics card. And he told me that he just needs to take a break and chill out. Totally understandable. I've had that motion where it's just like I gotta replace something and then something doesn't work and it's like, okay, maybe this will fix it, and then that doesn't work. I've felt that. So, you know, he's like, he's gonna take the night off. And so he's gonna take the night off. Also, he'll be sick. Probably with foot-itis. I don't know. I don't know. I'll miss the current model. Oh, it's not going away. It's definitely gonna stick around for her, it's definitely sticking around for streams, some streams, and videos. And it will come back when I need to. We'll see. We'll see about times when it's appropriate. But the new one is definitely going to start getting some use as well. I'm very excited. She's sick again. I'm going to be honest with you. You're right. She is kind of sick again. Not foot fun. Exactly. So everybody, please, make sure that you wish her to feel better. Ooh, excuse me. God can only wonder who gave her the sickness. So, please pray that she feels better because we need her to feel not sick anymore. It would be very much appreciated if you would keep her in your thoughts. I miss the bubble wrap lining. What do you mean bubble wrap lining? I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, excuse me. Anyway. So yeah, that's why they're gone. We thought about just chilling tonight, but I was like, no. They're gonna take it off, and I was like, you know what? Good idea for me to do a little stream on the jacket. Oh, it's not bubble wrap. There's just little bubbles there. I am planning on getting the jacket onto the new model as well because I feel like that would look cool. We're gonna see if we can do that. That is the plan. I'm hyped for the new model. Me too. I'm super duper excited. I've shown a couple people and all of them said that they love it. So that is nice. Anyway, really quickly, before we continue, hit like on YouTube. Hit like on YouTube if you have not already. All right, definitely would appreciate it if you hit like. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, very much appreciated. Also subscribe to UnderTheTea if you haven't already. And if you donate to the Grand Yippee Alliance, they will thank you. We have a new Yippee coming tomorrow. She is the queen of the Yippee. So I have to say, there has been a faux queen that has shown up. Let me see if I can bring her up. All right, there is a faux queen that exists. All right. This one is not the queen. She is like a princess. She is like a princess. All right. This is not the queen. The queen will show up tomorrow. Okay. And oh, you guys are excited. You guys will love it. You guys will absolutely love it. Again, I have a couple people who have told me that I have given very exclusive, limited access to, and they have all told me they love it. I'll be doing a mod for the 3D one, inspired by the new one. Exciting. Declare war against the Yippee Alliance? No. Absolutely not. Here, give me one moment. I forgot to bring one thing up here. I have tabs upon tabs tonight. Chat. Tabs today. Very exciting. I have a lot of stuff. By the way, if there is something that you would like me to talk about, please at me in the chat so that I can go ahead and we can talk about it. Ooh, excuse me. But yes, I think with all that out of the way, I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit more. We'll tell her she's queen to make her feel good. You better. Colonizer Yippee. What's up, Akko? Nothing much. Anyway, we're gonna jump right into it here. And again, like I said, if it starts buffering, I can't do nothing about it. I apologize in advance, alright? I apologize in advance. There's nothing I can do about it. The ISP guy is gonna come tomorrow, and hopefully we can fix it. If it is as simple as, hey, we just need to funnel a new coax cable through the house, and we can funnel it outside or whatever, great. They have to find the issue first. But just pray that we can get it fixed. But it does seem to work for the most part right now. So we're gonna pray that it sticks that way. Oh, before I do here, we got to make sure that I pay attention to the people who give me money. We pay special attention to the people who give me money because you guys are amazing. Hold on, why are you not showing? There it is. There it is. Sly for 5. Oh wait, there was one before it. No, hold on. There it is. Magma, thank you for the 5. May the Grand Yip Duchess of the Internet bless you with good Wi-Fi. I think she will. Anti-anime law. We will talk about that tonight as well. I have that pulled up. We're going to talk about that. I actually asked the lolly about it, and she gave me an opinion. So I will give her opinion after I read it, so you guys can say what you think about it. Sly for 5. Yippee Internet Fun. Thank you. Gonna listen to this as I nap for work in a couple hours. May re-listen to the VOD later. Definitely appreciate that. VOD gang for life. Hope the internet stays up. So far, it's doing good. And again, I will restate. The internet does not really cut as much as it is. The upload just stops for like a couple seconds. And it's enough to kill the stream. At the very least on the Twitch end. And Kick, it looks like. It looks like Kick is just like not trying anymore. So, that's the problem. It's not that there's a download and upload speed. It's just that the upload just cuts or throttles to the point where it can't work. So, yeah, we're going to hope that gets fixed. We're going to hope that we can find it. Because it's very hard. You can only see it if you're streaming and constantly doing an upload. Anyway. Let's see here. And then Magma for 5. Have you playing in the background as I play Supermarket Simulator is a mood. Very good mood. I think that's a great mood. That's pretty cool. I love cannibalism. I don't. I can't believe you made me say that. Kind of kicking the bucket. I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't get a notification. Well, I did add the entire server. I'm sorry to hear that, though. Anyway, okay. Let's just jump in. All right, we're gonna start very fun. I do love that it resets that whenever I reload the screen. That makes this very useful. The standby screen, very useful. I can hide things. It's very, very useful. I won't accidentally dox anybody, even though I don't do that do that in general. But I won't dox anybody. Anyway, let's start by talking about VNU. Now, my understanding about VNU is it is a VTuber organization that started having some mass graduation announcements. I'll be honest with you, I didn't get to follow it as much as I would have liked. All I know is that they've had a lot of friction in the company, and a lot of people are apparently starting to graduate. And so this was given today by Legal Mindset. Legal Mindset based Andrew, the Florida man in an Eastern country that occasionally gets tidbits. I asked him, by the way, where did he get this? And he told me, when I asked him where he got this, my intention wasn't to ask him the specific person. Although I definitely agree that it sounds like that's what I was asking for. But he said, I get leaked all sorts of information. I rarely share as I don't want talent backlash. So he's kind of inferring a talent or individual in this company gave it to him. So I'm going to be drinking a lot of water tonight. I'm going to need a water break here eventually too. I'm fucking thirsty. Today was a busy day. But he inferred that basically either a talent or an individual from VNU gave this to him. And we don't know. I don't know if this is accurate. I'm going to assume that if he got this and decided to post it, that is trustworthy. I trust Andrew. I'm going to be honest with you. I have had very bad experience with lawyers in the past. All right. I did have one that I kind of liked that decided to start snorting magic powder. And so I've had some bad experience with lawyers, but Legal Mindset and Ava have been doing a good job at preparing the reputation of lawyers on YouTube. Very much appreciated. But he leaked this, and this now it is a very interesting crop here. I'm assuming that this is how he was handed it. I think my assumption is he was probably handed this either marked out or not. Although it is kind of easy to see some of the times here. I don't know why they were marked out specifically. Oh, my assumption is timetables because of... Oh, that makes sense. It's probably timetables for wherever they live to make it easier to not die. I don't know. Either way, it was marked out so you can't actually see the actual times. You can just see the days that they are graduating. So some of these have already taken place, I believe. I don't know how true some... you know what? I probably could have looked up... I could have looked at some of these. Chat, you can tell me if some of these are true. I came home and started prepping immediately, so I don't know if some of this has already happened. Technically, we should be down to here. Alrighty. Who was the lawyer? Scarface? I don't know. So let's see here. We're just going to start from the top here. This is the March pre-graduation announcement. So oh my gosh, this is crazy. So they have pre-graduation announcements here, and post-graduation announcements. This is really Maeve's announcement. March 13th is Scion's announcement. 14th, so this should happen tomorrow, allegedly, is Echo's announcement. And, it just kind of goes on and on and on. Then the post-graduation announcements are for all of them. So you've got the graduation stream, the goodbye graduation stream. So all that good stuff, basically. Oh, did my music stop? I think that was the end of my playlist. It was. Give me one moment here. Give me one moment. I'm going to start the other music. Another VTuber company falling apart must be a day that ends in Y. Very accurate. Very, very accurate. So yeah, these are all of the these are all of the graduation announcements and stuff. It's very sad, very depressing in my personal opinion. A lot of people leaving. I'm not entirely too sure of why they're leaving. I'm going to assume that if so many people are leaving all at once, there is an issue. Actually, wait. I'm pretty sure I saw... Hold on a moment. Give me one moment. I swear I saw something about V and E. Hold on a moment. Or V and U. Let me look. Oh, Spectra had her graduation thing. Cool. Okay. I'm looking here, and all the people that apparently said that they were gonna leave have left or graduated already. That's crazy. Wow. Oh, and apparently Legal Mindset was on Rima's show. That's pretty cool. That's really nice of him. Brave must have made an offer. I'm not sure. I am not sure. A lot of people are saying that V&U is cooked. Oh, that's always depressing. Rima and Legal did a stream. Yes, that is what I heard. That is indeed what I heard. I wish I got the Cliff's Notes version, but unfortunately, I didn't get it. But all this to really just say, here, I'm gonna switch back now. Here, all this to show that the V&U has had some graduation stuff. I did see the Spectra did have their graduation stream. Surrey. A lot of these people have made announcements, so that's crazy. That's just really crazy. I think it's even more crazy that Legal Mindset was given this, meaning that I mean, it's great that he's a trusted individual. I'm really glad that there are trusted individuals in the VTuber sphere when it comes to talking about leaks. And so I'm glad that he was able to get that information. But that's pretty much it. That's all I really have for VNU. Okay. I have another agency we're going to talk about. And this one, I feel a little, I'm a little, what's the right word? I feel really weird about this. So I'm only going to discuss it because it was like a very big deal. But like it is something that I'm going to handle with gloves, and I'm glad that like all of the drama for this is kind of ended, because it is a situation that I was really like adverse to talking about just because of how weird it was. So we are going to talk about the VTuber group Solar Live. Again, I feel very awkward talking about this. For those that don't know, here, I'm gonna bring up a page for you. There we go. For those that don't know, Solar Live was a VTuber group. As you can see, they've already disbanded. We're gonna get to why they're no longer a thing now. But Solar Live was a VTuber group that popped up onto the scene. They've actually kind of been around for a while. But it was only recently that people discovered them. Before we talk about how they were discovered, let's go through their kind of like opening tweet here, or the tweet that they I feel like was at one point their pinned tweet. We are Solar Live, a sky-themed indie VTuber group. We want to help small VTuber that are from the more underrepresented part of the VTubing community, like Black VTuber, minors, LGBTQ VTubers, and disabled VTubers. Now you might notice the one thing that now a lot of these things in here kind of like, you know, they're fine. It's whatever. But there's one thing that kind of just like you pause and like, wait a minute, and that's minors. If you've not heard of this and you're immediately wondering, does it go there? Thankfully, it does not go there all the way. Thank God. It does not go too far. I saw their models. I'm not going to show their model. I feel listen, chat. I feel very uncomfortable with a lot of aspects about this. I am only talking about this because it is over. If it had still been evolving, I'm not quite sure I would have wanted to talk about it. But because it is over and because everything is basically done and dusted, where I feel okay just like talking about this. So a lot of you are asking if this is the company with minors. Yeah, it was the company with minors in it, because they are gone now. Really quickly, I did want to show that they did have auditions, not only for members, but for management positions. When was this? This was February 8th. So this was last year. Again, like I said, this thing kind of existed under the radar for a while. I don't know why. Well, actually, I kind of do know why it would take so long. Because they're kids. Because they're kids. And because they are kids, it's probably why it took so long, because kids don't have any money. But like it took a long time for people to kind of recognize them, which is kind of insane in my personal opinion. We're gonna jump back to what happened to the... I had a tweet. Where did that tweet go? Hold on a moment. Let me let me find it. I had a beginning tweet that I wanted to show off of theirs. I hope I didn't accidentally remove the page. I might have. Oh no. I'm upset. I had the thing open. Hold on. Hold on. Let me go through the thread. Very big thank you to the people that helped put together the thread here. I believe Arden was one of the first people that put it together. Actually, no. Yeah, that fits. That fits here. Let me see if I can find a better version of this screenshot here. Because this I had to take the screenshot because it's a deleted tweet and I could only get it from Discord, sadly. But basically, yes, chat. This whole group. Oh, let me get rid of this. The whole Solar Live group was a minors only Discord server. And again, the more that you don't ruminate on that too much, all right? Because the more you think about it, the worse your head is going to feel. Okay? Like legitimately. Oh, here we go. Here was one of the things I was looking for. We're gonna go through their audition requirements, chat. Posted a copy on Discord, thank you. So, this is their requirements. I'm gonna zoom in for you here. Requirements. You must be 14 years or older. Experience in content creation. You need to provide content at least once a week. That's actually pretty lenient for a kid that's in school. Willing to work and collab with other members, PNG-tuber or VTuber. A streaming platform as well as a main account and a Discord account. Oh. I'm sorry. I feel very weird about this. Collab at least once a month with other members, being able to stream. So you have to be able to stream. That's a good requirement in general. But oh man, that's just. I think a lot of people are definitely like weirded out. Again, myself especially, looking at this and being like, why 14 years? They talk about that. Like I said, I was trying to find a better image. This one will probably do. So we're going to go with this here. They say, to make it clear, we are a group made by minors for minors. We're mainly a bunch of friends that support each other. The oldest member is 19 and joined when they were 17. No one does lewd content, and we can also not control who follows us. So right off the bat here, there is absolutely zero fucking way that you can make this first sentence sound good whatsoever. Because there's two possibilities for this. A potential third, but there's two possibilities, and none of them are good. First one is they are all being truthful and that they are all minors. And that's not good. That's not good whatsoever. I do not like. I think it doesn't need to be said, chat. But I've had enough shit go on in my life. All right. When I was young, where I believe that kids should not really have access to the internet. If kids have professions being artists or they have other minor professions, I think with adult supervision, probably okay. But in my general opinion, kids should not necessarily be on any social media without parents having some form of knowledge to make sure that they don't get into shit that they may not intentionally be looking for. They should not be allowed to be streaming without parental supervision. Excuse me. All of this that I say because there are so many chances on the internet for children and teenagers to be exposed to things that could potentially alter their life. And I speak from experience, and I'm sure a lot of people in my age group can probably speak from experience that it's like a bad touch. You don't want to touch it because it just leads to many problems. Now, I will not ask for people to give their experiences because we don't need them. All right, we don't need them. But it's just my general opinion based off of my experiences on the internet and experiences of other people I've seen on the internet. We probably should not let people under the age of at least 17. I kind of would say 18, but 17 is probably a good starting point. If you do let them on the internet, they need to have some sort of supervision. And I'm not saying, by the way, by supervision, you need to have your parents helicoptering over you all the time. Because I don't believe in that either. I believe that that is very invasive, and it leads to kids getting into stuff because, you know, when mom and dad tell you not to do something, you're gonna do it. And if you try and keep them out of something, they're just gonna do it. So I don't believe in helicopter parenting either. But I do believe in my mother and I talked about this when we were young, because, like, you know, when I was young, my mother really didn't know how to handle the internet, so she just kind of let the internet happen with me and the other siblings. But with my two youngest siblings that she had last, she told me that she likes to practice a kind of parenting where she promotes trust and love, but she also makes sure that she knows what's going on the internet. So basically, she doesn't ask the kids for their phones all the time, because she doesn't need to, because you can check internet history on your ISP or on the internet stuff. But she expects that if something happens, that they'll go to them. And that's, in my personal opinion, if you are a parent that is growing your children correctly, you can have that relationship where your child can come to you if there's issues. So that is my opinion, and I feel like that's a pretty good opinion. Sorry, I'm just making sure that my stream PC isn't coming in twice. Am I coming in twice here? Hold on a moment. Let me double check here. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I could, I reset all my stuff. Aqua was a test. Yeah, the first kid is always a test run. What do you mean? Anyway, we're gonna move on from that. There's a tangent there. So, with all that out of the way, even if they are all children that have some form of adult supervision, this is still a major issue. Because they could have parents that aren't very understanding of the internet, or they could have parents that may not recognize different quirks of the internet, because, let's be honest, parents don't. And this could lead to a bunch of issues. And even worse, if none of them are supervised, if they're just like, oh, it's a silly little internet thing that we're doing with our friends, mom, and mom isn't paying attention, that opens up the door really quickly for children to be taken advantage of. And I've seen it way too often, not just in VTubing. I've seen it, I've not really seen it in VTubing like this before, but just in general, I know that kids oftentimes don't like talk about this kind of stuff. So I can be under the belief that some of them are probably just not being supervised, and that is, like, it bothers me. The alternative to this, chat, that is worse is that it wasn't made by minors. It was made by an adult trying to prey on children. No idea if that's the case. A lot of people seem to think that it is actually a child. Mizu, I think, believes that. But, like, either way, it's not good. Having either, if it's either minors or an adult trying to prey on people, either way, it's bad, because minors should not be on the internet doing this. It's just there's too many pitfalls and too many traps. Not those kind of traps. So, and that was one thing that I wanted to point out, is that even if they are all kids, it's both ways. There's no way that you can slice this, in my personal opinion, where it's not weird. All right, none whatsoever. Okay. So, understandably, and when I say a lot of people caught on to this. All right, when people started finding out just who they were, they got a lot of people talking about them. And a lot of people jumped onto it. And it got to the point where they decided that they were going to make an announcement about it. That the owner of the group said that there was going to be a big statement. Until then, please don't harass. Now, I will say, by the way, do not, especially children, do not harass children. Not a good idea. If someone says that they are a minor on the internet, especially if they're on Twitter, report them for being underage and then move on. All right? All right, but do not harass anybody. Not a good idea. Do not recommend it. Very, very uncool. Now they did come out with a message. We are going to read all of it. Oh, for some reason, there's also a community note. Okay, I really don't care about that community note. That community note was dumb. I heard that it was kind of a nothing burger here. So I'm going to read this here. Hello, here's the founder of the group. First of all, I'd like to say I was a minor when I founded the group and still am. Man, that sounds so weird to say out of my mouth. Then something that is also really important. Man, you can... Okay, I do believe that this is actually a minor because of how they type. How they type shows me that they are a minor. Something that is also really important is that the way I worded the tweet from earlier, it was really bad. I always advertised Solar Live as a group that welcomed everybody and was inclusive, and it included minors. Until this point, I never advertised Solar Live as a group for minors, from minors for minors, and regret saying that. I wrote it in the first place because people were accusing the management of being groomers. Understandably. Understandably. And if members revealed their ages or not to the public was up to them, they should not. This was to avoid people with bad intentions. It actually, in my opinion, made it worse. Now, behind the scenes, this group exists since almost 2 years without any drama, controversy, or scandals. Also, all we ever did behind the scenes is support each other, warn each other from bad people in the community, and hype each other up. There was never any not safe for work stuff going on behind the scenes. Now, I will cut that off right there and say some of the models that these people had, I will not be bringing them up because, again, I just feel weird. I feel weird about it. But some of the models that these people had, they weren't lollies, I'll tell you. Well, I found out about it. Oh, wait. Found out about it. Oh, wait. Guys, stop chatting. Stop typing F. It'll come back. Just give it a moment. Just give it a moment, all right? I'm going to just continue. Just can't let it continue. It's important to note that we are not a company, more like a support group among friends, which means that we only took adopts as members who already had a model, and we never had any sort of conduct. Refresh the page, by the way. If you guys are having issues, refresh the page. Oh, title changed on Kick. I don't know how to... Why did it do that? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's a lot more I'd like to say, but it doesn't matter at this point. I'm just banning Solar Live, so please leave every one of us alone. You can say the group was a bad idea, but no one ever had bad intentions or are bad people. English is not my first language. Oh, that's interesting. I work for the debut. Don't worry. It will be recorded. It will be 100% recorded, and I will upload it as a video. So don't worry about that. So yeah, basically, the owner of Solar Live came out and said, we're disbanding the group. Nobody's allowed to see it anymore. Please do not harass us. Which is nice, in my personal opinion. So yeah, Solar Live is done. Thank God. Here, I have one more kind of like image to show here. And that is... Oh, it's kind of hidden here. Let me bounce out. So yeah, their thing now says disbanded, leave us alone. Which, I'm going to be honest, people should have left them alone to begin with. I am hoping and praying that nothing happened to these people. That these individuals, once they reach the age of 18, they can go do whatever the fuck they want, alright? But I hope that these people are fine, alright? It is my understanding that they have one person in there that is like 19. So weird in my personal opinion. Excuse me. But thankfully, they disbanded. And it really sucks because it's just like, I don't like pushing out people from things. Contrary to popular belief, while gatekeeping is something I talk about, and we'll be talking about that here in a little bit. I don't like doing it because I do believe that a lot of people should be allowed to come and do something. I believe that if I enjoy something, people should be allowed to come and enjoy that with me. It's just there are some people that should not be allowed in the medium because it's not a community, it's a medium, because they're not they're not prepared for it, they are not ready for it, or they're not good people. You know, so when I talk about gatekeeping, the people that I will talk about are, first, minors. No minors, period. All right? Ricada Bros. Yes, Ricada Bros. Mostly just Ricada. Ricada and race car guy got in a car crash again. Glad he's okay, at least. And people that try to damage the medium itself. I'm sure that I could probably come up with a couple more, but like I tend to only want to gatekeep when it's people that actually will harm the medium or will harm themselves when they jump into the medium. So, excuse me. That's kind of an aside, but like I just don't want kids here. All right, like I said, I grew up. Are we though? Are we what? Are we what? Camelot more like Crash a lot? Ooh, that's mean. It is true though. It's very, very true. It's true. Mean but true. Chat. I just don't want kids here. Alright? Like, I know that some kids have YouTube channels. Thankfully, a good chunk of them are ran by their parents, which is how they should be, how they should be done. But it's just like, I don't want kids here. Like I said, I already feel iffy having artists do work for me when they tell me that they are underage. That's why I explicitly, like when I was in the roleplay world and doing Splatoon and stuff on Twitter, you know how many people on Twitter were underage? A lot of them. And it was a minefield. Back then, things were a little bit different, though. I wasn't a VTuber. But, like... community's wild, bro. I just... Like, if you're a kid, please. I understand that things are shiny and look cool, but it's not worth your purity, basically. I mean, I hope no kids ever listen to... If you're a kid, fucking get out of here. I don't want you here. Period. Alright? Alright? Get out. Yeah. I thank God the Solar Life people walked away. Remember those times? Yeah. Thank God those people walked away and things are better now. But I dread to think what would happen if they decided to stick around. Even when the parents running it, I don't think they should put their children out in public, especially on the internet. I do think I would agree with you there. Minor field. So dumb. Anyway. This next one is going to be a bit of a short one. And I'm shouting this out because it really does suck to see somebody consistently continue to get abused emotionally and get attacked for like multiple years. We're going to talk about Mizu's secret boyfriend very quickly here. This is somebody that I don't think I've ever mentioned on my channel before. And I will be honest with you, this guy probably deserves his own video in the future. I just have to make one. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. But we're going to talk about very briefly a guy by the name of Sylvie Sparks, who has been running a behind-the-scenes, in my personal opinion, terror campaign against some individuals. The one that we're going to talk about tonight, her name is Len. If you are unfamiliar, when UnderTheTea first started, Len was somebody that came out in opposition to a VTuber group that they were a part of called VT Rainbow or Rainbow VT, either or. And because they came out in opposition to the group that they were a part of, Sylvie Sparks started attacking them. And the attacks only got worse when they decided to give us information, something that I genuinely feel bad for because I hate that he used that as a vector to attack. And from that day forward, has attempted to basically harm her life, both emotionally and financially. I'm not going to go into specifics, but he has done a lot to try and basically make her life a living hell. And it's really, really gross, considering that Len is somebody that unfortunately is stuck in a wheelchair and lives with some of her own infirmities in life. And I feel for her, for them, excuse me, for them. They identify as they, them, I believe. I apologize. I'm not trying to be a bigot here. I swear. And I feel bad because Len doesn't deserve this. Like, out of everybody in VT Rainbow, a lot of them were very toxic assholes that did a lot of shitty stuff. Len was one of the people that kept it going. But because they came out in opposition, Sylvie went after them. And it's been like that for 2 years. 1 to 2 years. So recently, the conversation about Sylvie Sparks kind of picked up again. Now, I'll be honest with you, Sylvie Sparks has been, in my personal opinion, being very stupid. He's been doing a lot of really dumb things. I'm not going to talk about all of them because I just don't feel like it. He's been getting into fights with people, and he is, again, trying to make himself very popular on the internet by going after and attacking people. One of the things that Len talked about currently is that somebody sent them an email regarding Sylvie, and we're going to read it and just kind of go through it. And and again, as somebody who I have done a stream on Sylvie on Under the Tea. It's one of the first 20 to 30 streams we ever did, where we talked about him. A very interesting individual. If I remember correctly, he also has autism, so I would say he's a kindred soul, but like he's kind of an asshole, so I don't really align with him. Didn't Rainbow VTubers fall off? Yes, all of them basically did. Len, in my personal opinion, is the only one who left in a good position because they recognized the fire before it burned down the building. Sylvie attacks Andy. Again, Sylvie is just, in my personal opinion, Sylvie is one of those people that gnaws at people that he knows that he can get at. And it's really disgusting to think about it like that, because as far as I've seen, Sylvie has only gone after... Now, bear in mind, he has also tried to defame Mizu, and by extension Mizu, Under the Tea, because he does not like us. It's very fair. A lot of people don't like us. But for the most part, the only people that he has actually gone after and attacked are people that I would say are probably less fortunate than he is from a wide variety of factors, whether that's physically, emotionally, or whatever. He has a track record. There is a Google Doc that talks about it, and his history precedes him, basically. One thing that you have to understand is that Sylvie is also an editor. He edits for he used to edit for a bunch of different people. Some of those people, I have heard, quietly started dropping him. I don't know who he still edits for. I don't really pay attention to him that much, unless he, pops up. But some people slowly started to drop him. If they still are employing him, I have to wonder how okay they are with the abuse he does. But I'm not going to, I will tell you right here, you should not be attacking those people or going after them. Because there were some people, when they read about some of the people he edited for, that started going after them. Don't do that, all right? As much as it would behoove me to say, do not try and enact life ruination. Sylvie is a shitheel, but trying to take away his money is only going to make him a victim. And you do not want to make a guy that is attacking people a victim. Just hands down. All right? All right, cool. I like Johnny, but I heard he did some stuff with a minor and it's sad. Yes, we actually have a stream on that on Under the Tea. We do have a stream on that where we talk about it. The Minecraft trees and the underage roleplay partner that he may or may not have paid to be his daughter in VR or RP. That guy might deserve a video one day too. I don't know. Anyway. So this email says, regarding Sylvie Spark, I apologize for contacting you for something other than business, but I wanted to make sure that you're aware of the situation with Sylvie. I also greatly apologize that you have to read the following message. If you would rather not hear what he's been saying about you, please stop reading here and ignore me. I completely understand if you need to prioritize your mental health, as a lot of this is triggering. I'm in a server with him, and he's been spreading terrible messages about you and completely unprovoked. I know prior knowledge of your existence when he came to me and started telling me about how you faked your disability and stalk him. Now, Chad, I will tell you, I'm not going to explain specifics, but I know for a fact that that Len does not lie. I know that Len does not lie about their stuff. I believe Len when they have all of their infirmities. When they have all their infirmities, I believe them. All right? Again, I'm not going to explain how. I just believe them. Okay? Period. And so Sylvie's just wrong. It's actually really the other way around in my personal opinion. Although I don't believe that he fakes autism. I do believe that Sylvie does have autism to a harsh degree. I am a small streamer with about blank followers, and I barely know anyone, so I don't mean it as a slight to you that I don't know you, who don't know who you are. I just want to clarify this so you know it was completely unprompted. It made me feel very uneasy for him to come to me with that, as I am not one to get involved with gossip, so I asked a bigger VTuber I know who follows him her experience with bringing you up. She said he shit talks everyone to her, including Ariel, Vexoria, Lucajin, and Mim, and it also made her uneasy. She warned me to steer clear and said she only stays as a mutual with him because she doesn't want him to start spreading stuff about her because he has talked badly about all his supposed friends to her. She then also shared a list he gave her of people she should block, and you were on it. She said she wasn't happy to receive such a demand and didn't block anyone. I asked her what he said about you, and she said that she had to mute her notifications because he talks about you so much, and how unfair it is that that everyone sides with you, and that you steal money from people by faking a disability. Asked her what prompted him talking about you, and she said nothing. She never brought it up and doesn't know much about you. I have a lot of messages, but I don't feel good about sharing private messages without consent. But if you need them for a court case or anything, I am happy to provide. Only wanted to share this with you so you're aware of what's happening and have the chance to protect yourself. Seems like a lot of people around him are scared of the damage he'll do if they don't agree with him, so they just try to avoid him instead of fighting back, but I'm a nobody with nobody to lose, so hopefully this is more helpful than hurtful. Now, I do believe this. I do believe that... I don't know what... Now, to be fair, I don't know what Sylvie supposedly has on other people, but in my personal opinion, I think that he is a losing power individual. He is somebody that continuously screeches into the void about how much he hates people, and in my personal opinion, it's losing its steam. He's going to have complete randos on the internet that don't know about him that will probably listen to him and agree with him. Those are the people that he's probably going to try in court. But there are a lot of people that know about him, that know about the stuff that he has done. And I do believe that he has lost people that he edits for because of how he acts. And you know, in my personal opinion, if you're losing business contracts because of how you act, I personally would stop. You know, if I lost money doing what I'm doing with this, like if people said they don't like the drama or whatever, I would probably pivot. But you know what? I will also admit, as somebody with autism, I understand when you got the hard on for seeing something through to the end, which I believe that Sylvie does have. He's gonna see it through to the end, and that really sucks because Sylvie is he's just one of those guys that until everybody's decided that he's done. But I do believe that is slowly happening because he just keeps on going and going and going, and more and more individuals are slowly knowing of just how bad he is. It used to just be that there were small individuals that knew, where other individuals also know about him as well. And it's going to get to the point where he has no power because everybody knows how much of a fuckhead he is. So... oh, sorry about that. I don't know. I think that he's progressively getting worse on his... with his stuff. But it is really funny that a lot of people know about him now. A lot of people. I have not really seen quote unquote big creators, but I have seen a lot of people say, just give it a moment. Oh my gosh, why is it doing that? It's getting worse and worse. It seems to be after an hour too. Yippee 7. Why is it doing that? Oh my goodness, I am gonna blow a gasket. Sylvie ninjas, yes. Maybe we'll move on from Sylvie. But like, he's just somebody that I would say, buddy, just keep going if you really want to, keep going, I guess. But your hyperfixation is going to be the death of your internet career one day, is all I can really say. You know, we're back. We are back. Yes. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything. I paused. Just got here. Don't worry. Again, I'm going to power through it. Don't worry. And again, if we have issues tomorrow, I am recording. I am debating just like having my debuted on my with my data on. Anyway. We will continue. So yeah, that it's just he's just gonna keep going, and that's tell your neighbors to hop off. That's not the issue. It's definitely not the issue. I mean, it's past midnight. Everybody should be in bed. Actually, it just got worse after midnight. I just realized that's interesting. Huh. Guess who's back again? Here, let me double check something. Is your ISP renewing your DHCP every hour? What is that? No, I have my own router. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it could be. Is there a way to stop that? Interesting. I'm not gonna worry about that. We're okay. We're not okay. For some reason, oh my gosh, I am. Just give it a moment. All I can say is just give it a moment. Just let it buffer. There's nothing I can do, chat. I apologize. I'll take this moment, by the way, chat, to say like the stream if you like the stream. How did he get so popular in the first place? Because he's an editor. That's it. I legitimately think that if he wasn't an editor, it would not have he wouldn't have gotten that big. But, you know. Excuse me. Anyway, let's move on to something that is a little bit more interesting. Let's see. It caused too many OSRS deaths. I just bit the bullet and replaced the modem since it shouldn't be dropping a connection that bad. Oh, is that old school RuneScape? Oh, I see. Interesting. Anyway, we're gonna move on. We're just gonna power through it. We're just gonna power through it, chat. We're just gonna keep going through it. All right. Let's talk about a new Texas law. Have I updated your router's Wi-Fi since I bought it? I got a new router today. Okay, I got a new router today. So it was configured by temp. The firmware was also updated. Like there is, trust me. You suggest it, I've done it already. Anyway, we're just gonna keep going. There's no reason to stop. Stopping right now is a bad idea. So we're just gonna keep going. Let's talk about a new law in Texas that a lot of people are scared of, and we're just gonna power through this. Again, you suggest it, I've done it. So chances are your suggestion has already been done. Anyway, let's go through this. So Texas has proposed a law that has passed one of their houses already. I don't know if it's passed the House or the Senate yet for them, but they have a law that has passed, and this law is freaking out a lot of individuals because of some of the wording under it, and we're going to talk about it. And I will give you the opinion of Ava, her like very quick 2-second opinion, basically. But she told me initially that it didn't seem that interesting to her. But we're gonna go ahead and read through this here. But so Chibi says that law in Texas passed could potentially ban most anime and manga, aka series like My Dress Up Darling. According to how the law is written, people seem to be thinking it's just about AI, but it clearly goes way beyond that. Even if the character looks like Marin, for example, the anime or manga can and will be banned. Here is an image of the law I am talking about. So, Section 43-235, possession or promotion of obscene visual material appearing to depict a child. A, in this section, 1, promote has the meaning assigned by Section 43.25. 2, visual material has meaning assigned by Section 43.26. B, a person commits an offense if the person knowingly possesses, access with intent to view, or promotes obscene visual material containing a depiction that appears to be of a child younger than 18 years of age, engaging in activities described by Section 43.21a(1)(b). Regardless of whether the depiction is an image of an actual child, a cartoon, or animation, or an image created by using an artificial intelligence application or other computer software. So that is the thing that a lot of people are really freaked out about. Because this law, and I did do some reading, when they first tried to pass it, were talking about trying to outlaw AI, because AI material of children, which in my personal opinion is a good idea, because AI, in my personal opinion, the AI CP, which is what I actually will call it, oftentimes if that kind of stuff exists, and it is of an AI nature, it probably included the real stuff at some point, which is what makes it disgusting. Not the cartoon stuff, not the anime stuff, but the visual stuff that looks real. That's the stuff that I think I'd be okay with banning. However, the wording for it is definitely very, very weird. Very, very weird. But again, the wording on this is what's worrying people the most. This looks like another obscenity law, which is something that exists already in a lot of different states. And obscenity laws are very interesting. Legal Mindset has a video talking about obscenity laws. I would recommend that you take a look on that. If you just search Legal Mindset obscenity laws, you probably find it. But there is some issues with this. And the issues with this are that it it goes against the First Amendment. For those that don't remember, a long time ago, there was this thing called the Protect Act that was thrown around in court, and that basically outlawed lolly because it included all depictions of minors, whether it was fictional or not. It was then later amended to remove fictional because, you know, as long as they weren't a real depiction of a real person, it would go against the First Amendment. Whether or not you like the depiction or not, it didn't matter. It went against the First Amendment, so the Supreme Court was, you can't do this. And technically, this goes against the First Amendment as well. I don't believe that people would disagree that the visual material that is of real people would be, because that is not First Amendment. But as if it is a visual depiction that is of not real people, this is against the First Amendment. So I believe that this is a law that if they try to pass will get shot down in the courts in some way. So, you know, a lot of people are afraid of this. It is important to remember this is an obscenity law. And the thing about obscenity laws is even though some of them do exist, They are very quickly overturned because of the First Amendment. Again, I recommend that you watch the Legal Mindset video where he talks about taiga and talks about obscenity laws. And I will say again, as somebody who does not like lolicon themselves, I still think that laws like this are wrong. And the reason why I think laws like this are wrong is it does harm creativity. I mean, we're already seeing in some states, and I think Utah was the one that I was given recently. Some states are just trying to ban porn altogether, which is funny. They can't do that. They can try. They can definitely try, but the First Amendment is going to tell them, no. No, you can't do that. Because porn is First Amendment. Whether or not you like it or not. So, you know. A lot of people are worried about this. We will see kind of where it goes. Some people did make videos talking about it. There's this guy named Jay Senpai X4 who made a video on it. And if you want more information on it, you should listen to him. But I am again of the opinion that this is not going to go very far. Period. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. Constitution is always stepped on or altered. Look at alcohol. Yes. You know what's funny, chat? You know what's funny, by the way? Everybody likes to say that I am right or left, but I think that both of them are pretty bad aggressors when it comes to stepping on the Constitution. Because guess what? Now that Trump is in office, there's a lot of people on the right that are trying to say, oh, this, that, and the other should be banned, and it's just like, okay, I can agree with maybe one or two or three of those things there, but everything else you can't do legally, broski. You can't do that. Like, just because I'm not going to be specific, but it is really funny. Seeing that now that the Republicans are in power, they are immediately trying to get rid of things that are constitutionally protected. And guess what? It's going to happen exactly the same way when the left gets in power again in 4 or 8 years. Although, depending on how bad the left is, it might be 8 years. I don't know. Or 12 years. I don't know. Again, I don't really care either way. I am not politically aligned in either way. I think that both political spectrums are ass. So I'm not going to go either way. I know my state had a law passed that required porn sites to request more age verification processes to prevent underage children from accessing it. So that's a funky one. Because I know with Pornhub, a lot of that was because Pornhub was having issues with underage individuals doing stuff on that website. And that's got to stop, period. Now, I don't know how you tackle that because I'm not a legislator. I'm not a lawmaker. I also don't own a porn website. I'd have to ask Bull if one of his cousins does. But, like, that's got to stop. Period. You got to stop that, period. I don't know how you do it, but you got to stop it. Gonna have a lolly prohibition. Anyway. So yeah, that law is happening. I'm not super duper worried about it. It's a good law, except the fact that people want privacy. Yes, I agree. Like, if we could make it harder, here's the thing. It goes back to the idea that people just need to do the right action. And chat, do you want to guess what the right action is when it comes to the internet? It's be a fucking parent. All right? Be a fucking parent. If you're a fucking parent, I don't have to worry about the kids seeing this. Well, you're still going to have to worry. Maybe a lot less. But, like, if you were a fucking parent, you wouldn't have to worry about this shit. Goodness. If people were fucking parents, I wouldn't have to worry about random kids wandering into my streams where I'm talking about, like, heavy topics. And I have to ban them. If people were adults, the internet would be a beautiful place. Because so much of the internet legislation and gutting is because it's in the name of my kids. And I hate it. Just get rid of the kids. Not in that way. Okay? I blocked out half of my ID when I needed to show it for access to the site. It's probably a good idea. There's a million parental control apps, and there should be 2 parents able to check up on their kid's activity. Yeah, again, like, the best way that you can have a relationship with your kid is to be honest with them. And I do believe, and I don't believe that this is all on the parents. I do believe that some parents are definitely at fault. Some definitely have cracks that they need to have showing. But I think a lot of parents just fucked up and failed. And, you know, I talked about this with a family member recently. Alright, I talked about this with a family member recently, where we need to have legislation that punishes parents if they knowingly don't pay attention to their children. I don't know how you do that, but I believe that the parent should be responsible when their child gets into something and the parent doesn't pay attention. Okay? My personal opinion, because if that were the case, so many parents could be held responsible for not taking care of their kids. Maybe they would take the iPad away from the kid every once in a while and let them go touch grass. Like I did. Anyway. That's way outside of the that's way outside of the excuse me. Child neglect, yes. I would say that most children these days are neglected because parents don't want to parent them. That's what shame was for. Shame is not enough these days. You need to actually have legal consequences. If your child gets into something, I think you should bear some of the brunt of the responsibility for not paying attention. Like, you should be investigated. And it's like, kids are going to get into shit anyway, but like, there are steps that you should take as a parent. That you should be required to take as a parent if you want to have internet in your home. I don't know. That's a conversation that, like, is for another day. But I genuinely believe that if you solved it at the parenting level, you would solve so many problems on the internet. So many problems on the internet would be solved if you just nipped it in the bud of the parents first. Excuse me. Anyway. Anyway. Chat. I take a brief detour here. Brief detour. Now, we're going to talk about how I've become famous. Excuse me. Chat. I have become famous. Alright, now really quickly. Content warning. This will be fair use. I will be making sure to pause and talk multiple times during this. Also, do not bother the individual mentioned. Alright? Do not bother the individual mentioned. Just let them be themselves doing their own thing. Because, you know, I do not condone going after people. If you go after people, you will be banned from my community. Not the VTuber community, something that doesn't exist, but my community. If you go after people and I see you do it, you're banned. Permanently. Like, no second chances. There's a reason why Usagi's not around anymore. And it's because they couldn't stop going after people. Okay? Okay. So, some of you may remember, I had a little bit of a viral tweet when it came to Ludwig and gatekeeping. A lot of people had a lot of opinions. A lot of those opinions I ended up just paying attention to in the background because I thought that they were funny. I didn't really care to respond to or talk about them. But some people had opinions on another platform called TikTok. Oh my goodness. Hold on. We don't need you, bot. Goodbye. Some people decided to not talk about me just on Twitter. Some people also talked about me in web articles. I had like 3 or 4 web articles written about me. All of them just literally parroting the same thing as each other. Some of them made YouTube videos. I saw a couple people make YouTube videos. I actually went on stream with another VTuber to kind of give some more context. Although, you know, it's more just like a hey, this individual's cool. Let's go talk to them for a couple minutes. That Uzaki person, now that calamari person. You would have to show me because I have no idea what you mean. But one individual, I was sent this to, like, literally, here, let me tell you how this happened. I'm not going to mention who sent it to me. They can out themselves in chat if they really want to, but I'm going to say that they probably shouldn't. But while I was in the middle of work today, I was grueling. I was in the middle of my shift. It was like lunchtime, I think. And they were like, hey, somebody sent me this and said it's about you. And I'm like, oh boy. Is this the VTuber? Is this the VTuber call out? Am I getting called out for realsies this time? Is somebody gonna actually like is my nemesis actually gonna allege some shit? So I clicked on it and I was immediately let down. I was immediately let down because it was not anything I was hoping for. I was hoping for people to fabricate some bullshit or talk about some things that was actually like maybe potentially pertinent. But no, none of it. No, all of it was more of the same shit. And so we're going to react to it. We're going to react to this. And we're going to react to their follow-up because they made a brief follow-up as well. Okay? Okay? So all you have to understand is this video is a rant about me, about gatekeeping, etc., etc. Here, let me... Oops, wrong tab. We're going to blow this up here. Okay? Now, I will say again, this is okay to... If it isn't already obvious, this is fair use. Because this is fair use, I am allowed to show it to the rest of the world. If you do not want yourself shown to the rest of the world, you need to private your account and not post in a public space because when you post a public space, I'm allowed to comment on it. I'm allowed to talk about it. Awesome. Without all the way, we're gonna bounce right into this. A second Google Doc has hit the octopus. Oh no. Oh no. All right. So I'm not going to bring up who this VTuber is. Again, I don't... Some people I just don't trust. But this is an individual that decided to rant about my my gatekeeping take. And we're going to cycle through it and talk about it. I'm going to give some opinions. Might be a little bit harsh, but I'll try to be as nice as I can be. Let me turn this up.
The stupidest shit I've ever fucking seen, because imagine thinking that you can sit there and attempt to gatekeep an entire profession.
She talked about VTubing. Or they I'm going to say right off the bat, I don't know their pronouns. I'm not going to try and be a bigot. So I am just going to be as neutral as I can because people already think that I'm a bigot. You know what? I can't change that. But, you know, I'm just going to sit with my trans friends and say, I'll be as nice as I can be. All right. Now, can I gatekeep an entire profession myself? Absolutely not. Oh, you know, I should bring up my tweets. Oh, fuck. I forgot to bring up my tweets. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're just going to go through this.
Imagine. So if you don't know, currently in the VTuber sphere,
by the way, this was back in February. That's how old this is.
Ludwig actually lost a bet with Iron Mouse, and part of that bet was if he lost it, he had to become a VTuber. So he got an entire model made, he did an entire debut, he did it like textbook VTuber debut. Like, he had lore, he explained his model.
Chad, I need you to glow. Come on, Chad, you guys are being very mean. You guys are being very mean here, all right? All right. We are all anti-bullies here, all right? As much as people would like to disregard the anti-bully status in my name, all right? I am an anti-bully, and you all know what that means. We got to put on the Medicare hat, all right? All right? Glow if you need to. Please don't be mean. Please don't be mean. All right? Thank you. I will ask you, please. I will have to time you out if you're too mean, all right? Thank you.
He did an introduction, he did a lot of shit. And Mama Akko is extremely mad over.
I will say they are one of the first few people to actually get my name right. I don't know what it is. Friends and enemies get my name wrong all the time. All the time. Even though I say it all the time. Maybe not as often as I should, but people get it wrong all the time. I will give this individual props for getting it right, and I'm very happy that they got it right. I'm very happy they got it right. I actually kind of cried a little bit when they got it right because nobody gets it right. So that was very nice of them. I'm going to give them praise for that. Thank you. Here we're going to...
And Mama Akko is extremely mad over it and saying that how dare we let somebody bastardize the VTuber sphere, and this is why we need to gate.
So this is incorrect. I was not mad over this. Again, like, I made a video about this. You should watch it, by the way. It's on the channel. I was not mad over this. I said that we need to gatekeep and we need to stop people from bastardizing a medium. And that was said during a brief, while I was waiting in line for food, tweet. I was not mad, all right? I was not mad. I was a little frustrated, but I was not mad. Also, I'm going to assume... Actually, I won't assume. I'm curious. I don't think they ever read out my follow-up tweets because they didn't read my follow-up tweets. They only read my initial tweet and talked about my initial tweet. But I imagine that if they read my follow-up tweet, it would not have swayed their opinion any other way. Or maybe they didn't read it because it kind of shattered their whole argument and explained why I wrote 2 lines. But, you know, it is what it is. Maybe they'll respond and tell me and read my tweets out and say how much they still hate me. I don't know.
And I just want to put this out there. Gatekeeping things like this, especially when it's there specifically for people to have fun, that's already bastardized. You have already bastardized the community.
Negative. Absolutely not. Gatekeeping exists to keep out people that would try and change the medium. Not a community, all right? All right, they will now I have to pray to Armchair for forgiveness, but they call it a community. They call the VTuber medium a community. Give it a moment. All right? I treat the VTubing medium like you live in a giant interconnected city. Okay? And in that giant interconnected city, you have Asians in one area, you have Latinos in one area, you have blacks in one area, you have whites in one area, and then there's multiple different ones that are meshed all around in every single one's different areas. But in a big city, there are multiple different communities that are notched in different areas, and they just make up those areas. Some of them more than others, and that's just how it works. So I don't consider the VTuber medium a community. I consider it a city, or just a gigantic amalgamation of people, if that makes sense. Just to say that, because it is not a community. Absolutely not a community. There are so many people of many different religions, creeds, skin colors, and even though that doesn't matter, people of many different creeds that come together in this medium. It's not a community. Nobody agrees with each other. And that is probably why I love it the most. So it is, by definition, not a community. All right? Because communities have to agree. And most people in this community don't agree whatsoever.
And honestly, you're a severe pushover if you think that you can tell somebody else, another content creator, that they can't be in that space simply because you said so.
Yeah, I'm allowed to have my opinion. All right. Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why I'm allowed to have my opinion? All right. Do you want to know why I'm allowed to have my opinion? Because I'm a human being with an internet presence, and I'm allowed to say I don't like this. All right. Just like you are allowed to say that you don't like my opinions. And guess what? I am very grateful that you have those opinions. Why? Because that means that I am allowed to experience pushback on my beliefs, and it allows me to sit down on my big boy chair. It allows me to think about my opinions and say, okay, is that right? Because I'm getting some people that say no. I'm getting some people that say yes. Okay. Am I right? Yeah, I think I'm right. So I'm grateful for your opinion. I think that your opinion's wrong, but I'm grateful for it. I don't know how I'm a pushover, though. I don't know how I'm a pushover. It's kind of funny. I'm an octopus that lives on the internet. Yes.
One of the biggest things that I saw when I first was a VTuber, and I was really big into the VTuber sphere, was VTubing is for everybody and anybody. And
I disagree. Hands down, VTubing cannot be for everybody. This is something that a lot of these people say, and by these people I say people that were against me. Don't call me names over this, all right? All right, I'm being nice here. All right? There are people that VTubing will not be allowed for, all right? And by those, and I mean by what I mean by that is people that would try and hurt the medium, people that are dangerous for the medium, and there are multiple different categories you can throw in there, and minors. All right? So those are, out the gate, those are 3 types of people that do not belong in VTubing, hands down. And guess what? A whole bunch of people just gate-kept minors out of VTubing earlier this week. A lot of people, by the way, a lot of people that disagreed with me. Here, I'm going to get real nice and big here because I need to say this a lot. And I paid attention to this because I pay attention. All these motherfuckers that get on their high horses and say that things are wrong and that my ideals are bad. Guess what? The moment that the right person comes along that is not supposed to be here, guess what they do? They say, get out, go away. You're not allowed to be here. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you just gate-kept along with me. Holy shit. Because that's what gatekeeping is. Because there are certain people that either won't respect the medium or aren't allowed to be in the medium for multiple different factors. And everybody understands. Sorry, I'm blocking that bot again. Oh man, I have to figure out with Kick. But there are people that everybody can agree on are not allowed in the medium. I'm sure anybody can throw out some actual, like, I think hands down, there's a couple people that we all can agree on. I've already said them anyway. But anyway, you cannot say the medium is for everybody. It is not. Inherently, it cannot be for everybody. Because if you let every single Tom, Dick, and Harry walk into the VTuber sphere, because it's all inclusive and everybody can come in here and everybody can be open together, it's just like you're gonna get a bunch of pedophiles and minors in the same room together, and I don't think you want that. That might be a dumb example, I don't know, but you're gonna get people that aren't meant to be in the same room together. So gatekeeping exists for a reason. All right. It's not just to keep out the weirdos that we don't want in our spaces. It's to keep out the real weirdos that we don't want in our spaces. All right. All right. Again, I'm saying all of this in the good faith that if this individual ever sees this, chances are maybe they're watching. If you are, hello. But like, if you ever see this, I'm assuming in good faith that you will listen to this and understand where I'm coming from. People have already told me not to assume that, but I'm going to anyway because, you know, I'm generous. I'm generous, Akko. I am an open arms Akko individual. If Hassan becomes a VTuber, I'm leaving. Hassan is not welcome in the VTuber community. He's a terrorist. Here's another one. Hands down, terrorists cannot be a VTuber. If you are a terrorist, you cannot be a VTuber. That Houthi pirate that he decided to host on his stream can't be a VTuber. All right? Hassan can't be a VTuber. Putin probably can't be a VTuber, even if he does resolve his Putinish ways and decides to give Ukraine back their land or whatever. Not getting political here, just like throwing out an example. Does not matter. There are people that don't belong in this space, and there are the people that will agree, and then the people will disagree. I think that there's a wide swath of people that don't belong in here. Some people will disagree, and that's fine. Yeah, Hassan's not allowed to become a VTuber. If he does, be my controversial take of the night. If Iron Mouse helps Hassan become a VTuber, she's canceled. I will personally lead the train to help cancel Iron Mouse if she makes Hassan a VTuber. I will go day and night to say that Iron Mouse ruined VTubing because she brought Hassan Piker in. Like, I already find some of the people that she brought in well, I mean, I don't really find them questionable. I just look behind my back. But like, if she tries to bring in Hassan, I am canceling her. In my own way. So you better hope that doesn't happen because I like Iron Mouse. Anyway, let's continue.
And the people that typically say we need to be gatekeeping are typically the extremely problematic people in the VTuber.
I am definitely problematic, chat. Do you want to know how problematic I am? I talk about drama. I am willing to not play nice. I am willing to say what people's flaws are, and I am willing to not be quiet about that. Why? Because sometimes you need to hear the shitty stuff. As much as I don't like drama alert, it's needed. We need drama alerts around the world because it keeps people honest. There's some times that things don't get done unless you have problematic, quote unquote, problematic people. So I'm going to continue to be quote unquote problematic because it keeps people honest and it brings out the truth. And I have handfuls of experiences from Under the Tea where I can point to and say that that is why I do this. Problematic equals doesn't agree with me. I agree. After trash taste, Hassan is brand poison. I agree. By the way, we do have more Hassan stuff later down the line tonight, chat, if you want to stick around for that.
Community. And a lot of times in their bios or in their profile, they'll say that they're anti-bullying, anti-hate, and they're some of the most...
Oh, chat, she said the thing. Excuse me, they did. Excuse me. I'm legitimately... I'm sorry. Again, I apologize. Because they said the thing, chat, we are gonna, like, Give me a moment here. I'm gonna remind you all. If you need reminding, this is just for you, my special friends, alright?
You were picking on a guy week.
If you need reminding who I am and what my favorite shit is, I think I will take this brief intermission here for this. I'll be back in just a moment. Enjoy the Be Right Back screen. I absolutely love it.
You have a bully cabal that you have created to attack people.
Outer heaven.
What else would you call it?
I'd call it the sweet spot. We spread hugs and love across the internet.
Bullshit. You know that's not true. You know what you do.
What am I? Name the bully. No. Name the bully for a thing. Bully Hunter will help you.
You don't want to build a wall. Instead, you want to use a military approach and run sorties over drug cartels.
Sure, and work with Mexico to rebuild its country. Yeah, sure. If we're going to invest money into something, why not in making Mexico better so that a bunch of fucking people don't run away from that country into ours?
Okay. That's brilliant.
This is like the ultimate condescending argument from somebody that's never ever been in a shitty position in their entire life. Like, I can't even believe that somebody...
what the fuck you're talking
I don't. You can't either that or you lack zero empathy or have zero intelligence.
I'm not part of your lying, doxing, harassing teenage fan club. I'm someone doing something in real life.
And I have an army of mercenary children wreaking havoc on web forums from here to hell and back.
You understand I'm a person, don't you? You think white people act like this? White people are meant to be polite and respectful to one another, and you guys can't even act like white people. It's really, like, amazing to me.
Jim, it's people like you that need to get a bullet to the head. Because you're promoting hatred, bigotry...
Is it bigotry against pedophiles? Pedophobia. It's pedophobia.
You're low rent, low IQ trash. I was 100% right to call you a religious bigot. It's what you and your fans are.
But as a white person who is male, you're never told that there's anything you can do. You have no idea what it's like to be told you're not supposed to do that. That's not the kind of job for you, because the sky is the fucking limit.
What I was saying was that there's this YouTuber that I admire very much, that I used to admire, but I realized that his game is to punch down. But he always mocks people who are weak, who are small. I can't stand the big guy who bullies me, or tries to bully me.
There is a toxicity that has developed among gamers.
Okay.
All right? It feels somewhat fascist in the way it's working.
That's amazing.
All right. Oh, jeez. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Anyway. If you needed a reminder, there you go. When I say I'm an anti-bully, that's the kind of anti-bully I am. Okay? Okay. Just want to make sure that we get it out in the open, chat. It's a little pretentious of me to call myself everybody's favorite anti-bully, but I feel like it's a word that sticks. And guess what? Every single time, without fail, every single time somebody says, "Why the fuck is anti-bully in your bio?" I listen to that song. That song, well, that and a mixture of other Medicare songs. I listen to that song every single time someone says, "Why is the word anti-bully in your bio?" You're not an anti-bully. You are the bully. And it's just like, sir, you missed the class. Anyway, let's continue.
Most hateful people that I've ever had the displeasure of meeting. Like,
we have not met, so you can't say that you've met me. You've heard of me, but you have not met me. Sorry, not sorry. Was that eating pasta in your hood? Yes, that is part of my new intro stuff. I actually got permission from Club Doom to play his music on stream because I did buy it. So, yay.
it's a known fact that Mama Akko literally sat there on a podcast demeaning abuse victims. But some
Okay, so oh man, I haven't talked about this in a while. Fun fact, chat. Do you want to know why I haven't talked about the Torah stuff in a while? Because really quick refresher here. It's been over a year, so I'm sure that the details are shaky for me. Unlike everybody else that likes to just keep screenshots of it, which is hilarious. Back in February or March of last year, it was either or of those months, it was revealed that Torah Cararu, who was a Tiger Vtuber, was I don't know if philanderer is the right word, but he was an individual who sexted with multiple women, and he almost got in bed with one. He had planned to meet up with a woman and actually sleep with her. When he got to that situation, he told her he wasn't planning on it, which kind of deflated her. They did end up sleeping in the same couch that night and exchanged a kiss. Assault. And I have chosen not to talk about this, not because I'm ashamed of it, okay? Let me be very clear. When everything went down with me and Mizu, the thing that I will take the most blame for is that we could have done better. Was it a minor? No, they were adults. Me and Mizu will take attribution for jumping as hard as we did. No, yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't like talking about this situation, not because of me, because I don't care, but because the individual in question, the victim who claimed that they were assaulted by retarded, I'm not giving my opinion on it. Retarded, I'm not giving my opinion on it. All right. Don't talk about it because you know, me and Mizu had issues with some of our reporting. And guess what? That experience made us better reporters. Better. Buffering, don't worry, it'll get better. YouTube is being a pain. I know. Trust me. I know. When the bar goes down, I see it. I see it before you guys do. But everybody brings this up. Even though the victim said, I just want to walk. Even though the victim said, I just want to walk away from this and wait. We'll wait. Don't leave, chat. We will wait. Anyway. Specifics where he got onto her, gave her a kiss. He jumped off before anything else happened. Oh, I think the guy's a scumbag. I will say right here, right now. He was a philanderer. I do believe that he probably would have gone further, and it's probably a good thing that he's gone. I don't like the guy. I streamed with him once on stream, which was, you know, very weird that we streamed with him once playing Helldivers, and then like a couple weeks later, turns out he was a flander that sexted multiple people. A couple weeks later, turns out he was a flander that sexted multiple people. That was very weird. Very weird position for me because I was like, what the fuck? I talked to you. This is weird. But I don't like the guy. I'm glad he's gone. I hate that it's disconnecting while I'm having this speech. I hate it, but you know, we'll do what we do. We will wait. Here, I'm just gonna transition back to this screen. There we go. There we go. There we go. Has he tried to hit you up? No, he knew. I think he knew I was a dude. He was into women, not men. Although I am very curious to see what would have happened if he didn't get canceled when he did. I don't know. All I know is that he was a shitty person. There was some fallout, and I'm glad he's gone. I think net positive that he is gone. Anyway. We're gonna just move on here. But anyway, I don't care that people bring it up. I think it's shitty after the person that they like to spell up says that they would like to leave it in the past. But you know what? Whatever. Anyway, we talk about the white woman on TikTok. Yes, we're probably going to talk about this for a while. The buffering time. I'm sorry. There is nothing I can do about the stream. Hopefully it gets fixed tomorrow. If not, I will start streaming with my data on. Oh, my parents are going to hate that. But there's nothing I can do about it. Oddly enough, my phone gets better cell service than being plugged into Ethernet, which is depressing to say. Anyway. Let's continue here. Let's continue on here. Just wanted to bring that up. Just wanted to bring that because I haven't talked about it ever since it happened. Just because, like, I don't. Well, I'm sure that I probably have, but I don't talk about it because, again, that's why. Throw back to this clip if it's not stitched together poorly, but that's why.
Somehow that behavior is absolutely acceptable, but Ludwig isn't acceptable for.
Hold on, we're gonna go back about
a
10
podcast
seconds.
Demeaning abuse victims. But somehow that behavior is absolutely acceptable, but Ludwig isn't acceptable for having a model debut.
Oh man. This is pissing me off. Again, I don't. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna turn on my hotspot. This is like ridiculous. But I am gonna power through this. I refuse to stop. Just give me a moment, chat. If phone Wi-Fi is better, new conspiracy? Yeah, because it's on AT&T. That's the shitty thing. Give me a moment. It's connecting right now. Time to get Starlink. Oh my gosh. I wish. Can't connect. Why the fuck can't you connect? Yep, that's the password. I will be getting this this fixed for the debut tomorrow. I refuse to let it actually like hamper things. Can't connect to network. Okay, cool. Well, I'll have to figure that out off stream. But it seems to have stabilized now, so we're going to continue. Anyway. Cross your fingers, chat. Like the stream. Like the stream, pretty please. Don't go away. I'm still going on here. All right. Let's try to continue. All right, we're going to rewind to Ruski's here about 10 seconds because I forgot what they were saying. Excuse me.
Acceptable, but Ludwig isn't acceptable for having a model debut simply because he lost a.
Can I say I really don't like the zoom ins? It might just be me, but I hate the zoom ins. Can you stop that? I don't like them. Okay, thank you.
But with a VTuber. Not to mention, Ludwig is also known for having a severe positive outlook when it does come to VTubers.
I don't care. I don't care if Ludwig has been and lives in Japan and he is like best friends with the emperor himself. I don't care who he is. I hate his audience, or I don't like his audience, or I don't like who could potentially be in his audience. You wanna know why? Again, Hassan. I didn't say it out loud during my video or shit, but Hassan and his audience and all the people that come with him. I hate those people. All right? And if I get to talk about those people tonight without my internet shitting the bed, I'm going to show you why I don't like those people. Because they suck. All right? So I don't like Ludwig's people that he's got around him. That is reason enough for me to say that I want to gatekeep. Sorry if that's a big deal. Is that a big cat? Is that a cat in the background? Possibly. The audio is way behind. I'm sorry.
Amount of support and love that he has given to the community. But yet somehow it's horrible. It's a horrible fucking thing. And that's like one of the biggest problems as to why I ended up actually leaving VTubing entirely is.
So she claims to have left VTubing. All right. I checked her Twitter account. I don't know if that's actually true. I don't know if she just doesn't interact with people anymore. But according to them, they've left VTubing. Cool. Let's continue on.
Is because just like the furry fandom and why I'm so.
Oh, they also left the furry fandom, by the way. Very important to say. They have left the furry fandom and the VTuber fandom.
Detached from the furry fandom. It's a lot of unnecessary drama. If you're on the furry side of TikTok, then you're going to be aware of just.
I will never go to the furry side of TikTok unless I am paid to go to the furry side of TikTok. Period.
Every other week or every week, if not every few days, there's new drama on a new person and why we should hate them and why we need to push them out of the fandom and why it's okay to bully them.
I agree that I do believe that is probably true. When you get as big of a fandom as you do, you're gonna have people like that. It's just what happens. So,
but also in the same breath, everybody will tell you, well, the entire fandom isn't like that. That's just a few bad people. The fandom is loving and accepting, and it's the same bullshit lie that's sold when it comes to the VTuber.
The VTuber community doesn't exist. Stop calling it that, because it's not a community. VShojo has its own community. HoloLive has its own community. Ninji Sanji has its own community. There is no one big circle community. Please stop calling it that, because it is not a community. And yes, there are bad people in the community. And yes, we do need to shout them out. When there's a predator in your community or your medium, you should get rid of them. Those are the people you should gatekeep against. And if you're against that, I have a problem with you. Okay? So yes, there can be a lot of drama, but when you reach the size as some fandoms are, furries especially, you're going to have bad people and you need to get rid of them. All right? You need to get rid of them, period. And if you don't like it, then yeah, the door's right there. Although they said that they left. So, you know, this is not for them at this point.
Community. I'm seeing so many parents.
Is this Lumi? Fuck no. I assume not. I've not actually seen a picture of Lumi. I've seen her legs, but I have not seen her. No, that's a joke, by the way. I've not actually seen Lumi.
Parallels between both of them. It's honestly disheartening, especially even when it comes to.
It's not disheartening. That's the human condition. When you have a wide swath of people get together that like something, that's going to happen. Welcome to the internet.
VTuber designs. If people have a similar color palette or they have a similar idea with their model, then immediately you're copying. And it's the same.
And I think that's retarded. And I've called that out before on stream with Mizu. I agree, that's retarded.
Bullshit that I've experienced myself in the furry fandom where I ended up making adopts or I had a
Oh
character
gosh, they're an
that
artist.
looked too similar to somebody else's persona. And
I forgot
it's like,
about
I'm
that.
sorry, you're not the only person in the world. And things are allowed to be similar.
Yeah, it's retarded when people act like that. I agree. Guess what? You deal with it. You move on. Or you just don't participate. It's just how it works.
It's the same thing with the VTuber community. Everybody gets inspired off of everybody else. They find certain VTubers that they really, really like, and, you know, there are key elements from their model design that they happen to fucking like. As long as they're not, like, actually doing a one-to-one copy the entire fucking...
I don't believe that everybody does this. I don't believe everybody does this. My model, the only thing that I would say was inspired by another VTuber was the jacket. Although the jacket was an idea that I had already wanted. I had just looked around for jacket ideas. And now this jacket is mine, and I love it. But otherwise, I don't think a lot of people actually do that. Could be wrong, but I don't believe that.
Design, it's not a problem. People are allowed to take inspiration from other people.
I agree.
If you don't want that to happen, you should have never joined the community, and you should have never been such a big face to begin with.
I don't know if this is talking to me or anything, but, like, I agree. Similarities are fine. You're allowed to have some similarities. I don't know what this is going to.
And it's not even just VTubers in general that you'll see this kind of stuff with, or furries in general that you'll see this kind of stuff with. People will be inspired by other content creators. It's why there are so
That's what art is.
many people who have cleaning TikTok pages where their entire content is focused on cleaning big messes, just doing...
And I do not understand them, but some people need to stem in different ways. Sounds familiar? I probably do.
House cleanup, cooking TikTok.
I will tell you right now, chat, I looked at this person's Twitter account. Nobody I know knows this individual whatsoever. They have no presence on the internet, at least as a VTuber, which is why when I saw this video, it was kind of wild to me.
Doing cooking videos, trying out other people's recipes. And that's where they'll state, I'm trying out this viral recipe that everybody's been craving and crazing over on TikTok. So let me give it a shot. The Dubai chocolate bar is a wonderful example of that. Everybody wanted the Dubai chocolate bar, so
I'm unfamiliar with that, but I'm sure that the story is very similar.
Everyone started to make it. But the person who originally made it wasn't sitting there bashing people. They were happy. They were excited to see that their creation...
Yeah, because some communities or some mediums can be better than others. Although I'm pretty sure you'd be hard-pressed to see that the cooking community or the communities built up of cooks can also be just as bad. And if you believe that they are all just pure angels, you need to turn on a cooking show. Or Gordon Ramsay. Just turn on some Gordon Ramsay.
has inspired other people to try and make it. It has inspired other people to make their content. To
I'm waiting for the reply to be, no, I'm going to do it more just to trigger you. Well, I'm probably never going to watch your videos after this, so I don't care.
Noticed is it's a lot of mean girl attitude and overcompensation. They have their own little cliques, and if you're not in their clique, then they are so quick to throw you under the bus.
Yeah, and I don't want you in my community. Your clique is not mine, so you're not welcome in my community. Not the VTuber medium, you're not welcome in my community. Period.
They are so quick to just demean and degrade everything that you do. They are overly critical, whether it's your design, whether it's your streams. And even if they're not saying it in the public eye, they're saying it in a Discord server somewhere or in a private.
I do. I definitely do. And guess what? You do too. You 100% do. And you cannot say that you don't, person, because I know for a fact you do. You want to know how I know? Because humans are shitty people. And they will say a lot of things in the comfort of a private Discord server or a private chat with somebody that you don't know than they will say in public. That is just the beauty of humanity. Everybody does it. You can. Anyway, everybody does this. You can't say that you don't, because I know you do.
Private fucking group chat. And it's bullshit high school drama, and it's petty, and it's
not okay. I have grown to say that when people say, oh, it's high school drama, no. High school drama is adult drama. High school is when people become adults. All right. By the time you leave high school, when you turn 18, you are an adult. Your mind is slowly maturing into an adult. Not an adult yet, excuse me. You are becoming an adult slowly. High school is where the real world meets school. And you have to deal with it. So people say, oh, it's high school drama. No, this is real world drama. You're going to have assholes and pricks and people that cheat and lie and steal and fuck you over. It doesn't just end when you leave high school. That is life. And guess what? It gets worse once you leave high school.
It's fucking stupid, and there's zero reason as to why there should be any of this fucking happening.
Because we're humans. Because we're humans. Because we're humans. And people aren't going to agree with others. You're going to have people from one religion that won't agree with another. And that is why I love the world. Not America. I mean, I love America. But that's why I love the world. Because we have people that are different. And I love that. I love that a lot.
Honestly, my biggest assumption is they're fucking bored.
Yeah, I was fucking bored in the store. Yeah, you know what, chat? I agree. I was fucking bored when I was in the store, when I was waiting for my food. And I was like, huh, that fucking sucks. I'm going to make a one-off tweet. And then it goes viral. I don't know. Again, if this individual ever sees this, I don't know what solace it'll bring you to know that I made that tweet with zero thought. Zero thought whatsoever. I knew that maybe a couple of friends would see it, but otherwise, I really didn't care. Because it wasn't for deeper thought. And the fact that people try and find meaning behind two sentences that I didn't even care about, honestly, it's kind of awe-inspiring, to be honest with you. Honestly, awe-inspiring. But anyway, when I saw this, I was going to be nice, but I said gatekept. I said gatekept because they're saying they left the quote-unquote community, and I was like, the community gatekept you. You didn't agree with it, so the community kicked you out. Medium. Quote-unquote medium. The medium kicked you out because, or it wasn't even the medium. You kicked yourself out. You left. You decided to leave it. So you aren't gatekept. You gatekept yourself, if that makes sense. So, fun fact, this first video published 2 weeks ago. This was today. Oh boy. This is only 2 minutes. We're going to go through it though.
Ironic.
Okay. Do I have to turn you?
Absolutely fucking ironic.
I have to turn you all the way.
I'm so glad.
Can you please turn up your volume so I don't have to blast my ears with music with the next thing I'm going to listen to? Thank you very much.
Glad you commented. For those who don't know, this is Mama Akko, also known as the person.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what's funnier. The fact that they decided to respond, or the fact that it's just a giant ass yippee on the screen. All right. I have to, where is it? Not that one. Wrong one. Hold on. This is what responded to you. I was just like, ma'am. Here, I'm just gonna gate kept. Lamau. Ma'am, you've been gate kept. All right, goodbye. Oh, fuck. That's like legitimately the thought process in my head when I saw it. I was like, oh my gosh. I just can't believe that did that, you know? I don't know.
Person who sat on a podcast laughing.
Oh, they gotta reiterate they gotta reiterate that I make fun of victims. They gotta reiterate that, you know, whatever. Everybody's gotta keep saying it. Thanks for disrespecting the victim's wishes.
Laughing, mocking, and dehumanizing a sexual assault victim.
I would have to rewatch the stream, but I was pretty pissed off that night. You know what I was more pissed off about? The fact that Laura defamed Mizu when she purposefully cut his sexual assault story to make it look like he was laughing at other people. Isn't that really great? Isn't that really great? I don't know if that's where you got your news from, person. But if it is, I don't gotta explain anymore because you're already lost.
Trying to profit off of somebody else's trauma and then calling it.
They could have left a reply, but they made a whole new video. They did. That's how much these people are upset with me. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. Like, just to give you guys, okay. Just to give you guys, a year and a half ago, I was streaming to a couple of people playing Warframe. They're actually going to bring this up in that video. But I was streaming to a very small niche audience of people that I really enjoyed. Some of them are still here today. Some of them moved on when I stopped doing Warframe. Some of them are still here today. It still amazes me that I make one video defending a fox. And now I have a bunch of people that listen to me talk about drama. I'm fine with that. But it's just insane to me that my podcast, who is this? I'm not going to say that. I don't want people to search them up. All right. You'll probably find, which is a good amount of people. I really enjoy the amount of people we have, and it's always growing. Is able to trigger people so much. And I hate that word, trigger, by the way. It's able to get people so much. And all we do is sit down and say, lol, you're retarded every single week. That's all we do. I mean, we obviously go into it deeper. Sometimes we expose actual individuals that assault people, like Torah. Sometimes we expose predators. But we piss people off so much. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I thought I had to be Kirsch level sizes in order to piss people off. Not that I wanted to. I mean, I was going to be raw. I was going to be honest. But I didn't think that at my size, I would have fucking Ludwig respond to me. And I just don't get it. I don't get it. You know? It's bizarre to me. You know, that's all it is. Bizarre to me. So, I don't know if it's a special talent or whatever. But, you know, I guess I get people matty. Whatever. Anyway.
Drama. The fact that her and multiple other people were sitting there laughing it up. Like it was today's hot tea.
Two other people. Get it right. Mizu and Lu. Well, it was just me and me. It was just me and Mizu because Lumi wasn't for that stream. You know?
And she was called out multiple times for it, and then she deflected and played victim over it.
I've never... Point that out. I dare you. Pull up the tweets where I play victim. Oh, wait, I think I know what she means. Hold on.
She's also the person that I'm talking about in reference to shitting on Ludwig for...
Oh my gosh. You're replying to a comment on your original video. You don't need to add this much context. Why I don't get it. I don't get it. Some people, they call you a she. Yeah, I don't care. It's funny is what it is. It's funny is what it is. Anyway. I think the victim blaming is when I occasionally joke and say, "Oh, guys, I just have autism." It'll never not amaze me that some people don't understand that that's a joke. That I studied Chris Chan for multiple years before I started making those jokes. Because I find them funny. I find my autism funny. I find a lot of things about it funny, you know? So, I'd like to, again, I dare you, point out times where I was a victim. I said I'm a victim. I don't think that that exists. If they do, we'll pull it up and I'll laugh at it. But then I will probably disagree with you because I just don't think I'm not a victim. Not a victim. The closest I probably got is when the Mizu and Lumi and me drama happened. But even then, I admitted that I was a shitheel. Context is the whole video again. Yeah.
Debuting a VTuber model after it was a lost bet that he lost to Iron Mouse, and it was something that was over a year's worth of work, which not only shit on him, but the artist and the rigging artist.
Okay, that is a lie. That is an outright fucking lie. I never said I hated the art. I made 2 comments that could be interpreted in any way you'd like. I thought the model was alright. I don't like the person that much, but I thought the model was alright. I'm not the reaching levels on this is hilarious. Because guess what? When the truth is not enough to convict somebody, they will just start to lie. They will start to twist and obfuscate the truth, because that is all some people have, is to twist and to lie. All right? Listen, hey, you know what? I'll do the job for you. Here, I'll waste my time doing it. Well, not waste my time. I'm here doing this because I'm with all of you lovely people. I will spend my time with my tweets. Give me one moment. That is not what I expected to find when I typed Mama Akko and Ludwig. Here we go. Oh, the community note. Rated community note is still there. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Okay. Here's the 2 lines. Here's the 2 lines. Not shitting on the artist. Is it Rule 34? I'm not saying. Here's my response tweet because I wanted to make sure that some of these people saw it. Honestly, I did this because I know some people were still... excuse me. I'm going to take these disconnection issues as a water break. My gosh, it's... excuse me. Here's my long-winded response that I encourage you to read. I encourage you to read. But I just think that you're outright lying. I'm not shitting on the artist. I never once did that. Never once shit on the artist. My bad, Darvo. Deny attack, reverse victim, and offender. Something like that. Something like that. But I never once attacked the artist or the rigger. In fact, where is it? I say I don't mind the model. That's not an attack. It is, you're retarded. More so than me. Anyway, let's continue.
And her big shtick with it was he was bastardizing VTubing, even though with people like this in the VTuber community, it's already been bastardized. You got your start.
That is an opinion, and, you know, maybe right. I will say, if you want to go by the original idol definition, probably, sure. I don't think I fit under the original idol definition, but yeah, that's pretty much it. But I disagree.
In the community, specifically by doing Warframe content, and then you just turned out to be just another fucking mean girl.
No, that is really fucking awesome. They look like Thor. Oh, that's mean. Maybe, I don't know. Person, if you are happy with that, make sure to say thank you to my chat. If you make a response video, I don't know. Okay, it won't connect. I'm going to try that when we're done streaming. Excuse me. Looks like it's alive. We're going to continue then. Okay. I can't even remember what we were... Oh, right. So yeah, I didn't start off with Warframe. It's kind of a... Doesn't really matter, but I just thought it was funny to say. I started out with Satisfactory, then played Minecraft on Facebook, and now I'm back over on YouTube playing Warframe, and then this. It's only been 30 minutes! What the fuck? Yeah, this is pretty funny. Please make fun of this. This was actually fun.